If you're an entrepreneur, you know that managing your company's finances can sometimes feel like you're walking a high-stakes tightrope, right? You're trying to grow, you're trying to innovate and lead your team, all while keeping a super close eye on the bottom line. But what if your financial strategy wasn't a source of stress, but actually a springboard for growth? Well, today we're going to explore a modern solution that's helping startups and growing companies do just that. So, let me just ask you this straight up. Does it ever feel like your ambition is outrunning your financial plan? Are you spending your days just reacting to cash flow surprises instead of proactively building for the future? If any of that sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone. It's a feeling that so many founders and CEOs know all too well. So here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to start by digging into the real financial problems that growing businesses face. Then, we'll introduce a really powerful modern solution and break down exactly what it offers. We'll even look at some real-world success stories. By the end, you'll have a super clear roadmap from financial stress to strategic success. All right, let's dive right in. First, we need to talk about the specific pains that come with scaling a business. Growth is an amazing thing, but it brings a whole new level of financial complexity that can get overwhelming fast if you're not ready for it. And man, this list just hits home, doesn't it? We're talking about cash flow that feels like a total roller coaster, making it impossible to plan. We're talking about having a fantastic business idea that gets a no from investors just because the numbers weren't presented right. And maybe the biggest blocker of all, you, the visionary, are so buried in spreadsheets and compliance worries that there's just zero time left for the high-level financial strategy that actually fuels growth. These aren't just headaches, they are genuine roadblocks to your success. So what's the answer? Well, it's not about just hiring another accountant to count the beans. It's about bringing in a modern financial engine, one that's designed for the agility and ambition of a growing business. So let's meet the virtual CFO. Okay, so what exactly is a virtual CFO or a VCFO? Think of it like this. You get a top-tier chief financial officer on your team, a true strategic partner who lives and breathes your numbers, but on a flexible, as-needed basis. You get all the expert guidance, all the data-driven foresight, without that six-figure salary and the overhead of a full-time executive hire. It's pretty brilliant. And this comparison just lays it all out. The old model was reactive, right? You'd wait until you were big enough to afford a CFO. But by then, you've probably already made some costly mistakes. The virtual CFO strategy completely flips that script. It's proactive, it's cost-effective from day one. It means you stop guessing and you start making smart, data-driven decisions right when they matter most, during your growth phase. All right, it's a great concept, for sure. But what does a virtual CFO actually do for you? This isn't just about advice. It's about a concrete set of services designed to build a rock-solid financial foundation that doesn't just support your growth, it actively accelerates it. These are the core pillars of that foundation. It's a whole approach that covers everything, from creating a strategic financial map and nailing your next round of funding to mastering your cash flow and even expanding across borders. Let's take a quick look at what each of these really means for your business. Everything starts right here with FP&A. This is where your financial data gets transformed from a, confusing pile of numbers into a strategic roadmap. It's the difference between guessing where you're going and knowing where you're going. It gives you the power to make confident decisions on literally everything, from pricing to hiring to marketing spend. Now, for any founder out there looking for capital, this one is absolutely critical. A great virtual CFO doesn't just tidy up your books. They help you build the kind of robust financial models that investors demand to see. They'll help you organize your cap table, that clear record of who owns what percentage of your company, and make sure your pitch is backed by numbers so solid they simply can't be ignored. You've heard it a million times. Cash is king. But truly effective cash flow management isn't just about survival. It's about creating the agility to thrive, to jump on a sudden opportunity, negotiate better terms with a supplier, or invest in a new project right when the market is hot. That's proactive financial health in action. Let's be honest. Nothing kills a founder's momentum quite like the fear of tax audits or compliance issues. A strategic partner takes this entire weight off your shoulders. They make sure you're navigating all the complex rules and regulations the right way, which gives you the peace of mind to focus on innovation instead of administration. Thinking about taking your business global, that's fantastic. But it also opens up a whole new universe of financial complexity, from transfer pricing to international tax laws. A virtual CFO gives you the strategic framework for this expansion, providing the clarity and the financial controls you need to win on the world stage. And finally, let's talk about your most valuable asset, your time. Why should you or your team waste hours on manual accounting and payroll? A modern VCFO uses technology to automate and streamline all these core operations. This frees you and your team up to focus on what only you can do: innovate and scale the business. Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but what does this strategic partnership actually look like in practice? Well, the best way to really get it is to hear directly from fellow entrepreneurs who have seen the results firsthand. Take a look at this. A founder of a SaaS startup. The keyword here is confidence. For any business in a critical growth phase, uncertainty is the enemy. Expert guidance on cash flow and automation didn't just organize their finances, it gave them the stability and clarity to make bold moves without fear. That's huge. Now, for this CEO in manufacturing, the big goal was fundraising. And notice what made the difference: investor-ready reports and hands-on financial modeling. This is the real, practical work that takes a pitch from just a good idea to a truly fundable business. It turns a stressful process into a smooth one. And for this e-commerce brand, which was focused on going global, the VCFO provided two crucial things: the strategic clarity to see the path forward, and the financial controls to walk that path successfully. This really shows the incredible range of the partnership, from a local startup's first steps to a global brand's international leap. So, who is the expert bringing this level of strategy and clarity to all these businesses? It's so important to put a face to the expertise because a true financial partner isn't just a service provider, it's a trusted relationship, one that's built on shared goals. Meet Nimesh Hariya. He's a chartered accountant with over a decade of experience, and he's dedicated specifically to helping ambitious startups and growing companies tackle the very challenges we've been talking about. What really stands out is his passion for using technology to innovate finance, which connects right back to that automation we discussed. This isn't about old-school accounting. It's a modern, client-focused approach from a strategist who actually understands your journey. All right, we've covered the challenges, we've explored the solution, and we've seen the proof in the results. So now, the final and most important part is turning this knowledge into action for your business. The path forward is super simple and direct. It all just starts with a conversation to understand where your business is today and, more importantly, where you want to take it tomorrow. You can reach out directly by email or phone to schedule a consultation and just see if this strategic partnership is the right fit to fuel your growth. So, I'll just leave you with this final thought. Your business has incredible potential. The real question is, do you have the strategic financial partner you need to fully unlock it? Thanks so much for joining me for this